Previously on Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Go on then, that's it. Haul yourself across me. There you are. Look at that. I know what next week's preview will be. The truck driver pulling right across me as we go. Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. As you can see, we're on the map where you've basically been reparked in a safe location. Thankfully, nowadays you can actually choose anywhere you want to go, actually. It doesn't really make a difference, but obviously I'm going to choose where I am. And look, here's the new place. It's here. This is why we've done it. This is why this has happened. There's been a new update, and we've got Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Govia? I don't think I've ever said that. We've got Montenegro, we've got Serbia, we've got Kosovo, we've got North Macedonia, and we've got Albania. Wow. Do you know, I have an interesting fact about Albania, but I'll give it to you in a bit. So what I'm going to do is, it was suggested to me that I move, because is it the 19th it's physically released? I think it's the 19th. I don't know when that is from when I am now. Oh, it'll be released probably before I do the next video. Great. Okay, so this is open on the 19th. So I've got to pay for it, obviously. But I think what we should do is I think we should go downwards into Hungary here, and just try and get ourselves right on the edge of the border somewhere along the lines, or even Romania. There's some nice places in Romania to go to. Some places in Bulgaria. Looks like some places we haven't been to, but we definitely have because I covered it previously. Anyway, so let's go. Let's go from where we are, Lublin. I think it's Lublin. And we'll go from there. So we'll go down there. So let's change the radio because I didn't do that last week, and it really annoyed me. There we go. At least I didn't get into trouble for music copyright, as they sometimes do with these games. I certainly did with that bus driving sim 22. That caught me out. Anyway, let's have a little look at the drug market. Let's look at the drug market and see what we can take. Let's look at the freight market and see what's actually there. Let's have a little look. See what we've got roundabouts. It's going to take us south. South is the way we want to go. So far, these are all upwards. Let's see what we've got. Where's this? It's not very far away. Let's find something in Romania, possibly. Come on. What have we got? Latvia. Isn't it funny how you want the direction and it's not quite going the way you want it to go? No. Wow. You want one that goes south, and you can only find one load that goes south. It's that one, isn't it? That's the only one that goes south. Well, it'll have to do initially anyway. We might see if we can do another one. It's actually quite a long drive because these roads are quite fiddly actually through Poland. So we'll do this one. It takes us that kind of direction. We'll see if we can get down here to Debris or whatever it is, you know. I butcher these every time round. I'm sure people just will come on this channel to listen to me butchering words and names of places. But anyway, here we go. So let's take this one as a job. 6:25 a.m. You can see it at the bottom of the screen there. It's Thursday. Free as the wind. That's what I am. Free wind. Let's start this thing up. Let's take it out of gear. Let's have a little look and see what's going on. So there's our truck. Where are we at? 2 kilometres away that way. Okay, so down there in the bottom right hand corner is the GPS. And GPS is going to tell us which way to go. So we're currently going 11 kilometres an hour. The speed, the gear is automatic 5 now, 7. It is A7, A8, A9 probably next. Then we've got the damage to truck, which is minimal, followed by the fuel, which is the next one along. I have crashed this truck a little bit recently. I'm not quite awake, actually. I've just realised I'm not quite awake when I'm recording this. This might go badly. as he swings it round to go this way and go back to wherever he is in town. Then we've got the bed that slowly goes blue, a bit like me. It's slowly goes blue, then it goes red, and eventually I'm screaming because usually the truck is crashing in headlong into a ditch somewhere. Followed by the envelope, sadly underused, very very underused. Should be used more frequently. Should give us special missions in every city. Should be a DLC. Definitely needs to be there, but isn't. So we've got those. Then we've got the time, which is 6:29 a.m. And then we've got our destination below that little waypoint flag, which is 6:35 a.m. 2 kilometres away. And 6 minutes. So my interesting fact about Albania is that 50% of all vehicles on the roads in Albania are stolen. I forgot to put my headlights back on, and it's because it's that time of the morning. So I've just been fined for not putting the headlights back on. Yeah, 50% apparently of all things. This comes from the useless, the sometimes useful Wikipedia, not always useful, but yeah, apparently they have a real problem with car crime. Some so bad that they can't really keep up with it. So this is going to be interesting. So maybe I'll lose my truck in Albania when we end up down there. I'm sure Albanians are lovely people, other than that. Don't they have mafia as well? I think they do, don't they? The other thing they have is Albanian mafia. We don't really have mafia in the UK. It's not a UK thing. It's there's lots of mafias though, isn't there? There's plenty of those. Italians have them, and the Albanians as well, obviously. Lots of traffic coming. Traffic density increased. A suggestion from, I think, Bobster a long time ago, actually. Left me stranded there. It's fine, we'll get out there. These are turning up here. Linksheiden, yes. I've got Helga on as my my tour guide. She's a very firm lady, very firm. Right, top mirror to make sure we're in position. There we go, we're in position. Press the enter button, and we're going to take the job. Well, let's get this one that's going to take us down to down into Slovakia. That's the one we want. Take that job. Right. Oh, it's right in front of us. Not even far away. Look at that. It's right over there. Right over there. Let's get the old truck reversed round and into it. I haven't even checked what it was, you know. I didn't even care. I just chose whatever was taking me the direction I wanted to go. So let's use the space we've got and have a little. Just position ourselves up here, right? Okay, so on the back of us, we've got this horseshoe-shaped thing. This is our fifth wheel. This is what we have to guide into place to the pin that's a little bit that dangles down underneath the truck. It's the coupling. Because I've got advanced coupling on, I actually have to hit the two things together accurately, which is harder than you might think when you initially start the game. You think you're just gonna slide it under the truck and pop it in, and it just doesn't happen quite like that. So it's good fun. It's an interesting add-on to the game. I highly recommend it. Adds to the, I guess, realism of the whole thing. I'm getting very good at it, though, if you noticed. I'm getting very, very good at it. So let's press the T button. Let's attach this. The legs will go up. There we go. Winding the legs up, and then the air hoses are attached. So I've got that working. There we go. There's our truck. Looking beautiful. Pull it free. Beautiful. Put the GPS back on again. Right, okay. So 310 kilometres, 309 kilometres now. 5 hours and 12 minutes. It's quite a long distance, actually. Think about this. This is very windy roads, often slow. He's just pulling out for you slowly, drifting free. And working our way through the city. We've just got some beautiful architecture, it seems, there. Beautiful, beautiful architecture. So I've got an interesting week for you. Actually, I'm kind of going to spread all the interesting things across a various number of bits and pieces. Or things I'm watching or doing this weekend, should I say? So I've had a little trip away. Nice trip away. Just trip away. But on two occasions. First occasion, I ended up stuck in a place called Stafford for nearly 5 hours and 55 minutes. Yeah, nearly 6 hours stuck on a motorway stretch, and we did 5 miles. Me and my colleague, 5 miles over nearly 6 hours on the motorway. It was quite ridiculous, realistically. Very poorly managed by the traffic police that were there, because they ended up with trucks stranded at one point. Now, if the truck had they dealt with the stranded truck, they would have actually not had us stuck so badly there. But what had happened is 3 lorries had collided, wiping out 4 lanes on this smart motorway. And then they had to resurface. But you see, now the problem was on the way there to this thing that we were just outside Birmingham. On the way to this thing in Birmingham, these just collided, by the way, the one in front of us, or something's going on. He's got his hazards on. Look. But on the way to on that evening, should I say? It seems you can look it up. Actually, it's on the old BBC if you type the M6 in Stafford. Basically, 2 trucks had collided at 1 o'clock in the morning. 3 trucks had collided. Sorry, my wife's correcting me. 3 trucks had collided at 1 o'clock in the morning, which is horrendous and horrible, and nobody wants things to crash. But we ignored Google as we left where we were leaving. We ignored it because I hadn't turned off the settings to avoid tolls, because I don't like paying money for tolls. Who wants to pay money for tolls? Kind of wish I had paid money for tolls. Problem was, even if I'd gone through the toll, it would have taken me out exactly where this was anyhow. But Google the whole time was trying to change the motorway. Don't go by the M6. Go by the M54 or something like that. Go by the M54. Go by the M54. It's going utterly bonkers the whole way, right up until the point we ended up in that 6-hour traffic jam. It was unbelievable. But we did what British people do. It became a very British motorway. After a while, people realising that they were on one of the biggest parking lots in Europe at that moment in time. And I know it's normally the M25, but in this case it was the M6. And we realised we were all in the parking lot, and then we were all waiting there. And people started to find what they had in their vehicles. You know, bottles of water, samosas, sandwiches. And then we all started trading them around on the motorway, handing them out and giving them away. It's a very British thing to make sure everybody was okay. Here, have something to drink if you're thirsty. Here, have something to eat if you're hungry. I've got these. I'm not going to make it to work now. Do you want one? Are you hungry? I mean, it was extremely British. It was very proud to be British at that moment in time, because we did what was the nice thing to do. Make sure everybody was okay and safe and fed and watered, and of course watering's not very good when there's nowhere to pee for a long time. So we spent this extremely long time on the motorway. I mean, extremely long time. My trip home lasted for 11 hours, and I am suffering today because my muscles and my legs have finally said, my God, you did 11 hours of journey. So I am feeling a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit stiff in some of my legs. I probably need to go to my chiropractor and sort my back out again, because it's probably been fixed because it sat for so long. But anyway, 11 hours of journey. Eventually, though, the traffic broke, and we went past 2 traffic officers, not police officers. The traffic officers, you'll see them. They drive these yellow and black vehicles. They have but they don't have exactly any rights. They can phone the police effectively. That's the general gist of it. They can phone the police. They can put out cones. These were cones pathetic. They were 30 centimetres high, not proper cones. They can put out cones, and all they can do is stand there. They can't really redirect traffic. I don't think they're employed to do that either. It's a very minimalistic approach to actually dealing with the with road traffic. They're there to sort of save costs. Problem was, these saving costs people had managed to block another 2 lanes of the motor, which is the reason why we were all so snarled up. It was utterly bonkers, and also utterly useless. And I must look for somewhere where I can get fuel, by the way. I think I'm a bit close here on the fuel. I'll maybe make 300 kilometres on that engine. We'll give it a try. We'll see what we can do. So it's utterly bonkers. We're all really annoyed, and they're just loitering on the motorway, doing absolutely nothing. Really, really, really stupid. Really, 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 really not fun. But at the same time, I wasn't annoyed. We just sat and listened to the radio and chatted. And bizarrely, would you believe this? The car that we have, because I had to take the Igo X. Apart from the engine being horrible, it's actually not a bad little car. It's quite well featured. I discovered things like it has automatic full beam, so it can tell when the cars in front are too close enough that you're going to blind them, so it puts the beam down. It can tell when cars are coming towards you, and it puts the beam down. So I found things like that about the car that I didn't realise it did. Automatic full beam, who knew? Nice little feature. The only problem with it is, of course, the engine is horrendous. When you accelerate up to 60 miles or 70 miles per hour, it roars like somebody's trying to kick it to death, like a little Hoover on steroids. But other than that, this thing really did its job. It was comfortable enough for that journey, and when you're sitting there for 6 hours, do you know what? It was all right. I mean, it could have been worse, but it wasn't. It was okay. It was an okay drive in the end. And when, you know, it had all of the necessary mod cons. You know, you had air conditioning, you have all the bits and pieces. It just has the basics of what you would call a normal car plus just what you need, a little extra of modern technology. So things like those beams going on and off, the sort of the traction control, the power steering, the air conditioning, a semi-modern sort of a central console thing which integrates with your mobile phone, which I discovered later, by the way. So I managed to be able to use my mobile phone on it, integrate my my GPS, which is quite handy. So I'm gonna take back what I said. I think if you bought the Igo X with a slightly larger engine, so maybe a few more cylinders and more than 268 brake horse, softened to it, it's been okay. Anyway, my normal car is back apparently this weekend. I still haven't heard yet, but I'm due a phone call to tell me that the machine is... Oh, I need to go in here. Do I need to go in here? Yeah, I think I do. Look at the miles on that thing. I'm going to go in there. I nearly turned in the wrong way, but we can go in this way. I'm going to go in this way. Gonna go right round. Can I take it through here? Am I wide enough? Wow, this is a very Spartan looking garage. How Spartan's that? Is there even somebody working here? I feel like there's a token thing going on here. Right, let's fill this thing up. This has got a really big tank, by the way. Huge tank. Trip down was just about the same, to be honest with you. Probably about 8 hours on the road on the way down. Wasn't so bad though. We had a couple of stop-offs, Manchester, and a few other places. So we'd actually stopped on that occasion. In the end, it was one of those. You know that one where you just don't want to do anything other than drive. It's like, I am going to drive. I am going to get to my destination. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just leaving. We're done. You know, it's that kind of thing. I think I'm clear. That was good driving by me. That was very good driving by me. That was really nice, actually. Oh, there was a car right behind me. It was caught up to me, but we were very good there. I'm liking this truck, by the way. I did get a chance, though, of course, to review every vehicle on the road. It seems that DPD have been upgrading their fleet. Most of their trucks that were on the road were ones with digital mirrors. I don't think they were DAF, though. There was quite a few DAFs that were on there. A few Turners, like a bit of Turners. A few of those. Some Romanian vehicles. Unfortunately, there's one Romanian truck driver who's very likely to have a ticket right now, because they have a lot of cameras that are hidden behind posts on the way, and because of smart motorways, they change the speeds up and down. Well, I slowed down to get to 40 because I knew it was coming as I passed the post, and this Romanian truck driver behind me decided that he didn't want to do 40, he wanted to go faster because he'd been sat on the motorway all this time. He floored it going past me, and we saw the flash of the light behind, so a 40 mile an hour was probably turned into a ticket for him and his truck driving as it went. No, you know, his choice, I guess. You know, if you had enough, and I guess though as well, a lot of people needed a pee by this point. So here's what's happening. So we finally get past, and we're on the last mile to get off at Stafford. So this is where the turning is. Now at this point, we are desperate for a pee. We really need to go for a wee. So we really, it's a desperate moment, you know, for many reasons at this point. So yeah, we're desperately looking for a lavatory, you know, or some way to do it. But it's like then we're going. Do we go into Stoke? There's another 30-minute road works because of the people that's going on. Do we go through? Do we go sort of back the way and try and find a small village with a Costa or something like that? Maybe have a lavatory. What are we doing? What are we doing? So we're in the queue just to come off, and cars are still trying to pull in and whatever else is. But it's clear to the left, to the right of us. Clear. Radio pops up with the radio. You know, you can turn on the traffic signals. Radio traffic signals turn on. It's like M6 is now clear. And at that point, we shifted the IGO into the lane, put the foot down, made the thing roar, got to 70 miles per hour, and then made it to the other end of Stafford to a service station where I very naughtily pulled into a spot that was for vans, even because I couldn't be bothered to work my way around the whole edge of this is a nice place to sit down there while you're having your break. Anyway, yeah. But vans parked, I just literally threw it in, and my colleague ran off, and it probably the best wee of my life, quite literally the best pee of my life. But however, I do recommend not laughing at a urinal because you're having the best pee of your life. I was chuckling to myself as I peed because it'd been a long time. It was a long time. It was like probably the best. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you can get a better pee than that, but you know, nearly. But ultimately, because we'd already been driving, it was nearly 7.5 hours on the road before we actually went for a wee. So it was probably the best wee ever that anybody's ever had. But yeah, we got past, and we didn't have to wait to go through Stafford, which is brilliant. And then as we were passing sort of the end of it, we could see people coming out of Stafford, you know, huge queues of traffic, and we thought, you know, something. We just felt so lucky at that point in time. It's like, yay, we've made it past. It's insane. But as I say, I spent most of the time looking at trucks, talking to the people in the cars beside us. Oh, I'll tell you what else we found about the iGo X, which is amazing. So if you've got your mobile phone attached, you can play games on the dashboard. No, I wasn't playing them because I was driving. My colleague was. But you can play games on the tablet on the dashboard. There's a Game Shack, it was called, or something similar. I'm going to come across now because I think I'm coming off of this one. I am. Yeah, so he's playing, you know, so those games where you mix the colours and match them, like Bejeweled and all that kind of stuff on the dashboard. Never thought that I'd actually activate that. I think that I do feel that there may be a problem with that, because can you imagine if you were in that situation and tempted to play it? Would you not have to swap seats at least, so you're not in the driver's seat? But then of course that's dangerous on the motorway. Don't know. One of those things. It was a long blooming drive, I can tell you that. I was very, very tired by the end of it all. But we lived and we made it. It was fine. Very long drive there, but long drive there was more at our pace because we were allowed to stop and start. Just a couple of stops on the way as well, so not so bad. And it was worth it for the conference we went to. The conference is alright. The conference was interesting. Not very interesting to most people, but quite interesting to me. Right, 2 hours and 28 minutes according to the thing below. I really am. I'm wishing I'd made another cup of coffee. I'm kind of parched now. Half asleep and parched. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. I guess it's all catching up with me. All my sore bones and such. Cows. Anyway, how's your week been? Have you had a good week? Have you been busy? Have you done anything interesting? I hope you have not been stuck in traffic for 4 million hours. That's really, honestly, there's nothing worse than being stuck in traffic for a long time. Just time of your life you'll never get back. You just feel like you're not. You're just so not in control. But the whole time I'm there, I'm like, there must be a way to filter this off better. You know, where are the police during all this? Where are they filtering all of these things off? That's what kept going through my mind the whole time we were there. It's like, where are they during all this? They send out those traffic officers that can do nothing, and the whole road is kind of brought to a standstill. Where was the turning off earlier from the M6? Don't go this route. Especially with something so serious. And the fact is that when we did go through where the lorries had collided, I'm hoping nobody's no fatalities at this point in time. There was some serious injuries apparently, but the part where they'd gone through, they'd just basically taken the surface off the top, so they were going to have to resurface anyway. So they're going to have to close the M6 while they resurfaced. So they'd taken the top off the motorway for about, I don't know, 200 yards, 150 meters ish. No, yes, about that. 200 yards, 150 meters. That's all it was ultimately. One of my drivers has not done a job. He's lost me 2,225 euros there. I need every penny. I need every penny. I've only got 13,000 in the bank. 13,000 million squillions. 13 million in the bank I've got. Try and read it properly. Nice little drive this. I'm quite enjoying it. Wasn't sure I'd be able to make any videos this week, but I have got back, and I've come back with enough time to actually do so. So here we go. Lovely. Swerving round the roads. Powering through. Yeah, I'm expecting a call later from the lovely people of Toyota to tell me whether or not my car is dried out. Apparently the water that had seeped into it through the ill-fitting windscreen was literally dripping down everywhere. So yeah, it not brilliant. I nearly ran to that post in the centre there. I'm speeding quite heavily there. Wow, this is beautiful countryside. I feel like we've been here before, though. Definitely feel like we've been here before. But next week, woohoo! Next Thursday, the 19th. Oh, tank! I'm gonna try and look at that. Oh, it's a Soviet Union tank. I wondered actually. There's a man taking a photo of it. That's cool. Yeah, Soviet tank there. That's kind of cool. I like that. There's a place to park there. Can't get out and walk, unfortunately, but I suppose you could use your camera mode at that point. Yeah, a little red star on it for Soviet Union. Oh, well, look, it's a plane, I think. I feel like I haven't been along this road at all now. More tanks and other bits, more Soviet planes and stuff. That's very cool, actually. Hadn't realised that they were so influenced by Russia in these states. I suppose you never know with the influence of countries, do you? Sometimes you never know. Clearly, they were. Ploughing through. 56 minutes to go. Not sure what we're doing here. I'm following Hatman's instructions. Hatman suggested that I head south. He's right. We should head south because next time round that DLC is mine. I'll be buying that, adding it to the game, expanding it. I'm wondering how much Europe they've got left to do though, because obviously they had entering Russia, which is not going to happen at the moment, not in the current conflict. In the Ukraine. I don't understand that conflict at all. It just makes no sense. I don't understand any of the conflicts that are currently going on. They just don't make sense. in a particularly what I would call traumatic time in human history. In this particular time, I'm not talking about the I mean, obviously you can't count world wars, but traumatic time, sort of with cost of living crisis and other things, for many countries. Why war is not necessarily the answer. Look at that view. That is a view. We'll pan round beautifully, look. We'll take the cinematic view of it. It's a cinema. Oh, yeah. There you go. Do you like that? Cinematic. Did a cinematic on it as we flew over it. Right. Come on. Give way. Alright. I think that's him giving away, or closest I'm going to get to giving way. 37 minutes. 37 minutes. Stuffed up nose. Blocked nose. Come on then. Oh, how kind am I? Brought the motorway to a halt just to let you on, pal. So good. Oh, look on the other side of the road. What's going on? Uh-oh. Ambulance. Is that a plane crashed? That is a plane crashed on the road. Never seen that before. How does that happen? How do you end up crashing a plane in the road? This has been awesome, this trip. Wow. Never seen that at all. That'll be next week's opening sequence. Me shouting, "Wow! It's a plane crash!" Bed is slowly going blue on the old console there. We're making a nice little journey across. The road's very rough. It's almost got gouges through it. I actually wondered why they had resurfaced the M6 when it was apparently a diesel spill. Why do you need to resurface the M6 for a diesel spill? It's not like a chemical neutralisation for it that you can spray on it and have it open quicker. I mean, the only time... I've got a story for you. Long time ago, a truck was driving along. Now, it didn't know it had done it. It was curtain-sided. And it shed its load, and it was industrial glue. And about 10 or 11 cars followed through after this truck and its industrial glue, and every single one of the cars had to be written off because the glue had got into all their mechanisms, their gears, it's not the gears, their braking systems, their tyres, their wheels. Everything had gone into these poor cars, sort of underside. They just couldn't clean it off enough. And then that was an occasion when they were forced to... caught the back of the truck there. They were forced to resurface the road. There was no other option but to resurface the road because of this glue, and it was, it's toxic sort of, where it was. That was a scenario where it had to happen. I just don't know whether or not diesel would. You'd have thought by now diesel's a fairly common. I guess a fairly common thing to I'm just watching the line. Fairly common thing to be sort of spilt on the road. I mean, do you know what the nuts bit about is? I often see people throwing cigarettes out the window, and I'm like, that can't be good. That can't be a clever thing to be doing when you're driving along, chucking your cigarette out the window. But yeah, I can imagine diesel's a fairly common thing to clean up. I may be very wrong with this, but. Kind of stands to reason in my head that it would be. And slowly here. And on we go. I hadn't realised how tired I was actually, and how much that affected me. Because now it's on the weekend that I'm recording this. You get, I'm doing a Saturday, you get Sunday. But because I have to render it as well, guys. I hadn't realised how much it's taken its toll this week of. To be fair, I must have. Oh wow, with 8 hours of driving on the previous day, that's 19 hours of driving. That's a lot of driving, you know. I don't envy these truck drivers now, you know, with their drives as well. That it is actually, I actually think it really does take it out of you. Here we go. Here's our destination.
Biege nach rechts ab.
Try to run off that lady there.
Wir sind heile angekommen.
Top mirror. Boom, straight in there. Let's have a little look and see if we can find a comfortable place to park right in front of us. Right, let's have a little look at this. Our parking spot's there. Right, there's loads of space in this car parking area. Mark Middleton always used to say to me that to take advantage of the space that you've got. So let's do it. If there's nobody else here, there's only me in the car park. Let us try not to do anything silly, but at the same time, let's take advantage of the thing. Where basically you want your truck straight by the time you get to the point you're doing it. So I am going to take advantage of as much space as I can. Oh, let's have a little look and see what that looks like in the mirror. I think. Yep. We are close to where I want to be. So I'm going to put this way a bit. Use the... I'm looking at the other vehicles as a guide, because I struggle looking over my other shoulder. I don't know why I can't reverse the other shoulder. And I've gone a bit too far, a bit too wide. Right, okay, that's fine. That's cool though, because I'm now in a straight position. So I'd use the other vehicles there to sort of straighten my brain out. Alright, straighten my brain out. And this now gives me the better view where I want to be. This should go straight in without any grief. Put this over here. I think they're releasing a new truck, actually, aren't they? They're releasing a new Scania as well. This as part of the Balkans, the new West Balkan add-on. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, glorious, glorious parking. Maybe not that glorious, but glorious enough. There we go. Wind down the old legs, put them on the floor, and we are done. An excellent journey. Easy money, perfectly done, very little trauma, apart from possibly a lot of apart from some planes and some tanks and some guns. But beautifully, beautifully done. Let's have a little look and see where we are in the world. I need to find somewhere to sleep for the night. Let's have a little look. Oh, there's somewhere to sleep over there, so that's what we'll go around there. We're close enough now to this new area that's a lot of new cities, by the way. That looks like a lot. But what have we got left? Are they going to have to go around here? Are we going to avoid... So that's the bit of Russia. So are they going to... Well, can't really do... which is the Ukraine? Is that the Ukraine there? So that'll be the other side of it, whatever they're called. Belarus, is that right? So... Yeah. They're going to struggle a bit, aren't they? I suppose they've got here and here. I don't know what that is. Down here. It's just an odd one, this one, next time round, I think. I had hoped that they'd go into Africa. The top of Africa here. I don't know whether you could or not, because, I mean, it's only a short ferry ride. Mind you saying that, there's not a single ferry going across this kind of way. Not that there would be at this point in time. What am I talking about? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do next, but I'm quite looking forward to being in here. This will be interesting. I think these are your new joining towns, by the way. Because I definitely covered or most of this previously. Got a few to try out. Anyway, let's get to some sleep. And we'll call it a day. Next week we'll be on with the new one, the new part. It's almost an exclusive. Well, apart from the fact I won't have had an exclusive on it, but it's almost an exclusive. This game's blooming brilliant. The graphics are amazing, you know.
Biege nach rechts ab.
A lovely, powerful, throaty motor on this one. This may be the basics too, you know, with just a few buttons on there. Just a few buttons on the old dash. The basics for any man. All that's required.
Links halten und dann
Just
links
enough to
abbiegen.
get you going. 310 brake horse, I think it is. Or is it 320? Either way, it's quite low. It's quite low.
Links ab.
Saw quite a lot of DAF. It's the FC one. Sorry, CF ones, which is like the smaller 7.5. What are you doing? Honestly. You've left me stranded now. I'm totally stranded. So that lovely bus is letting me go. Thank you very much.
Links halten
What a nice
und dann
bus.
links abbiegen.
I don't think he had much choice but to let me go. Look at those beautiful houses. Architecture's lovely. Really nice. Very European, I would call it. Sort of the orange roofs and the fancy
Biege
sort
nach
of
links ab.
surrounds and things.
Hier endet es.
Here ended this. So this will be the end then. Here we go, our hotel for the night. Perfect. We're so close to the new area, I can smell it. I can smell that cash. The extra money. It was like being in Lithuania though, because they got big flower cows. Lithuania is really weird for that. Oh. Flower cows in Lithuania. I like that one. There we go. Perfect parking. Looks beautiful. Let's turn the engine off. Let's do some sleeping because we're almost full up on sleep. I'll sleep again because it'll be the middle of the night. Wakes us up. Look, no one do that. And 6:29 a.m. Perfect timing. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And next week, hopefully, we will be into the new expansion. That'll be exciting. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye now.